Hi, Greg Silver from United Professionals. I just want to share a little video and some ideas about probably one of the most interesting parts of running a martial arts school. At least clients find it the most interesting because they're always looking for new students. So I want to spend maybe 10 minutes just on an overview of marketing. I'll tell you one thing, the industry has certainly changed over the last few years when it comes to marketing. Some of the staples are doing really good. Some of the new marketing is doing excellent. So I have some old things and some new things to share. But the first thing we want to do is talk about what we need to get out of our marketing. And you're probably just saying new students. But again, like I mentioned in the last video, is that one thing with United Professionals, we're really good at setting up systems so we predict exactly what we need, and we know exactly what we have to do month after month in new students so we can generate the income that we're looking for. So we start thinking, how many new students do we need per month? Well, on the average, a school in the United States loses 7% of their student body per month, which means if you have 100 students, there's a good chance you can lose 7. Now, I'm not saying you're a good instructor or a bad instructor. It's just a part of the industry. People lose interest, people move, people get injured, families break up, people lose transportation, they lose their job. So there's a really good chance you're going to fall in that 7% category. So then if you think, well, I have 200 students, how many students do I need to sign up? I like to use the 10% rule because 10%, if I lose 7%, I'm still growing by 3%. And that's a good, healthy growth per month. So if we're sitting around, we're saying, okay, how many students do I have? I think first thing we have to do is multiply that by 10%, and that's what I need to get new bodies into the floor. And new bodies into the floor is really, really important because of the income that month, for future testing fees, for future people upgrading, for events. So that's what we need to keep fueling our school. And then we have to say, what does it take to enroll that many students? So if I have 200 students, I'm just going to use this as an example, I want to enroll 20 students per month. Now there's kind of a rule of 2, that for every marketing effort, you're probably going to get 2 solid students. That's just an average, but it's a really pretty solid average. So if I need 20 new students, I should be doing at least 10 things for marketing to ensure that I get 20. So that's the first thing we have to think about. What do I need to keep growing? And what do I need to do in marketing to sustain that growth? So when I share my screen here and say, what does it take for marketing? And I'm going to show that if we have 200 students, we're going to need 20. Now there's a theory called the Tugboat versus the Lighthouse when it comes to marketing. And when you start thinking about a tugboat and lighthouse, really they serve the same purpose. They're by a harbor and they're looking to guide ships safely into the harbor. So you may do tugboat type of marketing. In other words, a tugboat goes out through the sound, goes out into the ocean, it clamps onto a boat, it uses its horsepower and all its power to bring a boat into the docks, then it has to go out and get another one. So that's kind of tugboat mentality when it comes to marketing. Are you going out and fighting really hard to get that one student, bring him back, sign him up, and then going out really hard looking for that second student? Now, what does a lighthouse do? A lighthouse only does 2 things. One, it's grounded, so it's stable and it's consistent. The second thing it does is shine. Because it shines, it attracts boats to them. So we start thinking about marketing our school. We really want to create a school that shines. So we're out there helping the community. We're out there teaching in the school system. We're out there shaking hands at promotional booths. And people are just hearing about our school. They're seeing about our school. Our school is the place in town to get a great martial arts education. It's the place in town for people to send their children because they know their children are going to learn their life skills. Their kids are going to meet good friends and they're going to be safe. So we want to be the lighthouse. When we really just stand there and we shine, that's how we get referrals. Because when we're just shining and we're giving people what they're looking for out of our martial arts school, and they're talking about all the experiences, all the great things that are happening to them at your martial arts school, and they want to inspire other people. That's how you're getting referrals. So our first thing that we want to do is we want to make sure our school is the one that shines. It's helping the community. We're giving a great experience to our present students, so our present students are out telling their friends about us. That's probably the most effective marketing tool that we have. Getting word of mouth, getting our students to tell their experience to other people, inspiring other people because they've gotten results. They've lost weight. They feel good about themselves. Their children feel empowered with self-confidence, self-esteem, and the parents are telling their friends about them. So the first thing we do is we build internally, and then we expand by having some type of referral programs, and it's just attracting people to our school. Next thing, we need some type of printed ad. I know we're getting a lot of results online, but offline produces online results. So we want to make sure we have cards, we want to make sure we have rack cards, we want to make sure we're visible in the community. Now, when you opt in for United Professionals, you've got a coupon to get products off our website. Our website is called Get Students. So if you go to getstudents.com, you can use your coupon, your discount coupon, to look at some of these items. Right here, I just pulled up Halloween advertising. The reason I pulled this up is we're getting close to October. One of the most effective things for people to get new students in October is some type of kick-or-treat offer, especially if you have a kids program. So you have kick-or-treat cards that parents are handing out to trick-or-treaters. You have rack cards in your community. On our page, we also have websites. We do custom websites for schools. We have black belt excellence sheets. So there's a host of printed material. So you want to get on getstudents.com and start looking at what you can do. One of the things that many of our schools do is rack cards. And rack cards is like a number game. Rack cards is your billboard, your advertisement that you're putting in local businesses. So you're building up a relationship with other businesses. They're displaying your rack cards. People are still seeing these mini billboards all over town. They see that you're either doing a fitness program, maybe a karate birthday party, karate classes for kids, adult BJJ classes, and all of a sudden they see your website and now they're going online, checking out your school, and if you have a great website, they should actually be able to enroll in classes from your website. So you want to have printed material out there. Next up on my list is face-to-face. Face-to-face marketing, and I put 3x4 because I talk to some schools and they say, you know, I get good results when I do a birthday party. And a couple months ago, I did a birthday party and I had 15 kids and 1 or 2 signed up. So birthday party could be some type of face-to-face. This allows your students or even non-students to come in, have a birthday party at your school. You get 15 prospects on the mat. So that's a great way to do some type of face-to-face marketing. I've talked to clients and say, you know, one time I did a promotional booth and I was in the mall or I was in front of the store, I was at a restaurant and I met so many people. We're at a town fair and I got 150 leads. Yeah, we did that a few months ago. That's face-to-face marketing. Now, what I'm suggesting is you find 3 methods of face-to-face marketing that you think you're really good at. One may be a promotional booth. That when we set up a promotional booth, I meet 10 or 15 people. It's a great way to market. Or I do birthday parties. Birthday parties, like I said, you know, are good, but most schools say I did one 2 or 3 months ago. What I'm suggesting is you pick out 3 things that you're good at marketing, and instead of doing it monthly, concentrate on doing it weekly. So this is the 3 ideas, and then it's not just once a month or once every other month, it's 4 times a month. So I'm going to do a birthday party every single week. I'm going to make sure I do a promotional event every single week. I'm going to make sure that I'm going out to stores and I'm talking to store owners and I'm inviting their employees and giving all their employees guest passes. And I'm not doing it at one store once in a while. I'm going to make sure I do at least one store every single week. So you want to think of 3 things that you feel comfortable with. Some schools aren't comfortable with birthday parties. That's okay. Substitute that with a promotional booth. Maybe you say, I'm really good at school talk, so what you're really going to concentrate is getting in the school system. If you can't get in the public school system, there's also the parochial school system. There's private schools, there's charter schools that are easier to get into than the public schools. But if you're good at that and you get good results at that, instead of doing it once in a while, do it 4 times a month. So we're doing some type of face-to-face. We're getting out in the community. People actually get to meet us, not just read about us on your website. And you do that consistently. So that's the 4 times 3. Websites have really changed. In the last few years, things have gone from people looking for schools and Googling on their website to where now 80% of the people are searching on their tablet or on their smartphone. The thing is, a lot of websites aren't made or not adaptable to the new either smartphones or the tablets. So you can test this out yourself. You can look at your website on your computer and then look it on your cell phone and on your tablet and see if it converts from one to the other. If it doesn't, you may be in turn for an upgrade. Maybe you have a site, but there's no way for people to actually sign up for classes on your site. If you have a great website that has some visuals and people can actually see your classes in action, meet the instructors, see exactly what your school is going to look like, there's really no reason for them to come down to your school. They've already seen it on your website. If they feel comfortable with that, give them a way to sign up. If you feel your website is a little behind, I suggest, again, you go to Get Students. I'll pull that up again. If you go to Get Students, let me share that with you for 1 second. Get Students. So if you going to Get Students, go to where it says Websites. And because you opted in as for a United Professional trial, if you do sign up for one of our websites, and these are fantastic websites, they're current, they're mobile friendly, they're fast loading. Remember I said that more people are looking or Googling on their smartphones. You can imagine a mom in a doctor's office waiting for an appointment, and all of a sudden she Googles karate schools and your page is taking forever to load. She's gonna look for someplace else. We wanna make sure it's fast loading. So take a look at Get Students, look at for information on our websites. If it's time for you to upgrade or if it's time for you to change, we're giving all the people who opted in their first month free of their website. There's no charge to get our websites going. You just pay month by month. But again, all the information is on Get Students. So again, your website is a major source of new students, probably the #1 major source besides people referring to your school. Last thing is social. Are you using social media for marketing? This is probably the biggest one. The cool thing about Facebook is it's made for martial arts marketing. What I mean by that is a lot of moms in the evening, they're done with dinner, they get on Facebook and they've got that Facebook feeling. They're looking at family, they're looking at pictures, they're watching videos of dogs and cats, and all of a sudden they see something about children. They're going to read that. That's why martial arts is so good. You're not going to get a plumber, an electrician, a person who makes driveways. They're not going to take advantage of Facebook marketing, but it's made for martial arts schools. One of the services that United Professionals provides is Bill Storm will actually administer your Facebook page. I was talking to one of our clients this morning, Bill Bootwell, and he was saying that he had just signed up to have Bill Storm administer his Facebook site and do his marketing. He said he happened at 4 o'clock on Monday. He said he taught classes, he got off the mat at 8 o'clock. During that 4 hours, he already got 4 leads for his martial arts student and 1 person actually enrolled online. So make sure you take advantage of this United Professional service. If you talk to Bill Storm, he will tell you how he'll set that up and how he'll actually become the program director for your school and help you enroll new students. So that's my tips on marketing. Marketing, again, is really important. It's one of the things that when we start doing our focus groups, we're going to have a focus on marketing every single week. So we're going to talk about changes in your thinking that's going to make you a better martial arts entrepreneur. We're going to talk about classroom. We're going to talk about events. And then we're going to also have a marketing focus. So every single week, we're going to be concentrating on one aspect of marketing so you're enrolling as many students as you need to keep your school growing. Thanks for listening to me. This is Greg Silva. I've got a couple more short videos, and you should expect one in about 7 days. Thank you.